BlockFi is one of the most popular cryptocurrency platforms, but I don't think that it deserves to be. In fact, even though BlockFi appears to be a great all-in-one solution for cryptocurrency products and services, it does just about every single one of them worse than its competitors. In this video, we're taking a look at everything wrong with BlockFi and how it falls short in so many areas. Specifically, we'll be covering their crypto interest accounts, their crypto trading, their crypto loans, and their Bitcoin rewards credit card. In every one of these areas, BlockFi is either costing users too much or paying them too little, which is exactly why I avoid recommending the app. I've personally abandoned BlockFi for good in favor of other platforms, so I'll wrap up this video with what I'm using instead. I know I've been touching on these topics a lot lately, but I really want to make sure this information is out there so that everyone is participating in cryptocurrency in the most cost-efficient way possible. Let's get started. The first product we have to discuss is the crypto interest account, which is probably one of the biggest reasons that people use BlockFi. With their crypto interest platform, you can earn passive income on your cryptocurrency balances just by holding your assets within the BlockFi app. BlockFi started out as a decent option for crypto interest, but throughout 2021, they've drastically cut their interest rates and added tiered balance restrictions, now becoming one of the worst options. Let's take a closer look. They advertise up to 8% APY, which sounds pretty good until you take a look at what these rates actually apply to. This 8% rate is only available for stablecoin balances under $40,000. And while you can find higher rates elsewhere, this is still pretty decent and definitely beats holding cash in a bank account. But the real issue here is the interest rates given on crypto assets. Again, BlockFi has been aggressively shaving down their interest rates to where they're at today, which is 4.5% on Bitcoin and 5% on Ethereum. These rates may sound somewhat competitive, but BlockFi is actually paying out much less interest than you think because of their tiered interest structure. As you can see, you can only earn this 4.5% on the first 0.1 Bitcoin in your account. Anything more, and your interest rate gets cut to a measly 1%. If you happen to own more than 0.35 Bitcoin, you're earning practically nothing on your balance. The same goes for Ethereum, with the maximum interest rate getting cut off at 1.5 Ethereum. The interesting thing to me is that they recently sent out an email advertising these as increased rates. They offered 0.5% higher interest on these assets, but the asset balance eligible for these rates was cut by more than half. This is a pattern we're seeing over and over again with BlockFi, which gives me no faith that they will ever go back in the other direction. Now, if you have very small balances on BlockFi, you could actually benefit from these changes. But if you hold more than a few $1,000s in BlockFi, then you're going to be missing out on a ton of interest by staying on the platform. Another small issue I have with BlockFi interest is that it pays out on a monthly basis, while many other platforms offer weekly or even daily interest payouts. This doesn't make a massive difference over the short term, but more frequent payouts will compound faster over time, and it's nice to see those payouts distributed more often. This is why I stopped using BlockFi for interest months ago, and instead moved to a platform that pays higher interest rates with fewer limits on crypto balances. I'll cover that more in a few minutes. Next, we have to talk about the crypto trading and exchange features on BlockFi, which is another area that is costing users a lot of money. BlockFi offers no fees on trades made within the app, which may sound like a good alternative to platforms like Coinbase, which are notorious for adding fees onto your cryptocurrency purchases. However, there's a less publicized reason why BlockFi is able to do this. Instead of most cryptocurrency exchanges, which actually match your buy or sell order to another individual who wants to make a transaction, BlockFi is the trader on the other side of your order. This means you're not really trading or exchanging on the open market. You're just buying from or selling to BlockFi itself. The implication here is that BlockFi is setting the buy and sell prices on cryptocurrency, not so much the demand from other traders. In the process, they add a price spread to all prices they display, which could be as much as 1% higher or lower than the price that the asset is actually trading at elsewhere. So while BlockFi is not explicitly charging trading fees, they are selling you crypto at as much as 1% higher than market price and buying them back from you at as low as 1% lower than market price. Effectively, by buying and selling through BlockFi, you're going to lose about 1% of your potential return due to these price discrepancies. On a similar note, BlockFi makes it very expensive to withdraw from the app. Each user gets one free crypto withdrawal and one free stablecoin withdrawal per month. Any additional withdrawals will come with fees, which is just another area where BlockFi could be costing you money if you're not careful. The solution here is to use an exchange with transparent open market pricing and more free withdrawals. I've got you covered later in the video. The next lackluster product offered by BlockFi is their crypto loans. Crypto loans are a unique opportunity because they enable you to get access to cash without selling your cryptocurrencies. This can eliminate the taxable event of selling your assets and allows those assets to continue appreciating while you pay back the loan. However, the differentiating factor here between BlockFi and other crypto loan providers are the fees involved. All loans will come with some sort of interest rate on the money lent to you, but these crypto-backed loans are attractive because the interest rates are much lower than you'd find from traditional bank loans. According to bankrate.com, the average interest rate provided by banks, and keep in mind this is just for people with excellent credit, is around 10%. BlockFi seems to be a preferable alternative with interest rates on crypto-backed loans as low as 4.5%. But again, it's not quite what it seems. As you can see, this 4.5% only applies to loans with a 20% LTV, or loan-to-value ratio. This means to get this 4.5% rate, you have to have a loan equal to or less than 20% of your crypto assets value. For example, a $2,000 loan would require $10,000 in crypto assets to get this rate. Additionally, this rate is only available when using Bitcoin as collateral. So if you hold anything else here, you're forced to borrow at the higher LTV ratios, where your interest rates will be significantly higher. Once you get into the 35 and 50% LTV territory, it's honestly a pretty expensive option. Furthermore, each loan comes with a 2% origination fee, meaning they're going to tack on an extra 2% of the loan value just for creating the loan. This makes their interest rates even less competitive because there are going to be more fees involved. So if you're in that 35 to 50% LTV range, you might as well be taking out a personal loan at this point. Finally, they require that you take out at least a $10,000 loan to use this product. This could require anywhere from $20,000 to $50,000 in crypto assets, which is not a very realistic option for users with smaller balances who may want to access this kind of product. Given the potential for low interest rates, tax efficiency, and instant approvals, I fully expect to take advantage of a crypto-backed loan in the future. However, there is no chance I will do this through BlockFi because of the costs involved. Instead, I'll be using the same platform I do for crypto interest to get lower minimum loan amounts, no origination fees, and as little as 1% APY. Finally, we have to discuss the BlockFi Bitcoin Rewards credit card, which has been incredibly disappointing. This credit card offers an unlimited 1.5% Bitcoin back on all purchases, which is a really exciting alternative to traditional cashback credit cards. My perspective, which I'm sure many other people share, is that I'd rather have this 1.5% back in Bitcoin than 1.5% back in cash, because that Bitcoin could appreciate to be worth much more in the future. However, there are two big issues I've noticed with the BlockFi Bitcoin credit card. First, the sign-up bonus is pretty terrible. The bonus is that you can get 3.5% back in Bitcoin during the first 3 months, but this is capped at a maximum of $100 in Bitcoin rewards. This requires approximately $3,000 of spending in 3 months, which is way higher than any other credit card. Most credit cards will pay you $200 to $400 in the first 3 months for spending something like $1,000, like the Citi Custom Cash Card I just signed up for. Plus, other cards still give you all of your cashback rewards on top of their sign-up bonus, whereas BlockFi replaces your 1.5% back with a 3.5% back promotional rate. The larger issue, however, is that BlockFi doesn't actually pay out your Bitcoin until the end of the month. When you spend and pay off your credit card balance, you'll receive points that are tied to a dollar amount. At the end of the month, these points are redeemed for Bitcoin. What this means is that you don't really earn 1.5% back in Bitcoin throughout the month. Instead, you earn 1.5% back in cash points, which are then redeemed for Bitcoin at the end of the billing cycle. With this structure, your Bitcoin balance cannot appreciate throughout the month. My issue with this is that I could easily do this myself with a regular cashback card, where I could potentially be buying much more Bitcoin with higher cashback rates. For example, a 2% back or 5% back card could earn me more Bitcoin if I purchased it at the end of every billing cycle, which is essentially what BlockFi does for us at just 1.5% back. Overall, the BlockFi credit card is a convenient card for earning Bitcoin without thinking about it, but it's designed to pay incredibly low rewards. There is so much more money to be earned through other credit cards, but BlockFi lures you in with the idea of getting paid in Bitcoin. Truthfully, we're better off using just about any other credit card and spending its cashback rewards on Bitcoin ourselves. If you're not convinced yet, be sure to check out the full video I did on why this card should be avoided. So as you can see, in just about every area, BlockFi is either paying users too little or costing them too much. I want to maximize my returns with cryptocurrency, and I imagine you do too, which is why I've moved elsewhere. To be clear, I am not paid or sponsored by these other platforms, but I can recommend them very highly based on my own personal experience and the fact that they are currently guaranteed to make you more money than BlockFi. Celsius Network is the crypto interest and crypto borrowing platform that beats BlockFi without question. They offer 6.2% APY on up to 1 whole Bitcoin paid weekly and 3.51% on anything beyond that. Even if you have a small Bitcoin balance, you'll immediately be earning more on Celsius than you would on BlockFi. They also support more altcoins than BlockFi, all with higher interest rates to match. Also at Celsius, you can borrow loans as little as $100 using over 40 different assets as collateral. With a 25% LTV, you can get just a 1% interest rate on your loan balance and no other fees whatsoever. So there's really no contest between the two. For crypto trading, I stick with Gemini, which has just a 0.35% fee on trades when using the active trader tool. and none of the price spread issues of BlockFi. Furthermore, you get 10 free withdrawals per calendar month, which makes it a great platform for dollar cost averaging and withdrawing to our high interest Celsius wallet. You can get an easy $50 in Bitcoin for trying out these platforms with the links below, and hopefully much more than that over the long term as you ditch the inferior BlockFi platform. For more details, check out this video where I outline my exact process for using these platforms to save and make as much money as possible. Leave me a comment if you have any thoughts or questions, and I'll see you in the next one.